national security records, and because it's about national security, Jake, there's quite a lot of classified material that is part of the case and that the defense team is going to try and argue to use in their case to present to a jury or somehow in the trial. That is a big, hefty thing that this court has to work through. And so that is what is going to be taking place during the summer before Judge Eileen Cannon. She now has a hearing on the calendar for May, one for June, and then another for July, but no trial date. And she says once she gets through all of the other stuff she has to do in this case, that's when she will be announcing when the trial will take place. The bottom line here, Jake, is exceedingly unlikely, almost to the point where it may be an impossibility for Donald Trump to go to trial in this Florida classified documents case before the November election. Jake.
Wow. Kaitlan Polans, thanks so much. Let's bring back CNN's Paula Reed, as well as former Trump White House attorney Jim Schultz. So, Paula, a significant shift, certainly playing into Trump's strategy of delay. But also, we should note, Special Counsel Jack Smith really has voiced some serious concerns, if not animus, toward this judge.
Yeah, absolutely. And there may come a time when he tries to get her removed from the case. But at this point, that's premature. What Jack Smith knows tonight, though, is that it's very possible that he may not be able to bring either one of his federal cases against former President Trump before the election. And the election is a significant point on the calendar, because if Trump is reelected, he can have Jack Smith and both of his cases dismissed. Now, here, this case, the classified documents case, postponed indefinitely. But the other prosecution that Smith has brought, the January 6th case, also on ice while the Supreme Court contemplates if Trump has presidential immunity. Now, in the arguments a couple weeks ago, they signaled that they're not likely to toss that case out, but they might toss it back down to the trial court for more litigation, which again, that's why it would make it impossible to bring before the November election. Obviously, we're here in Manhattan for this criminal case. The other one outstanding is the RICO case down in Georgia. But again, it goes back to the strategy of delay. By trying to have Fani Willis and Nathan Wade removed from the case, they successfully likely pushed that until late in this year. And it's very difficult, again, if Trump is reelected, to put him on trial down there. So this long game that they've been playing to try to delay everything, overall, has been successful. The one case that is going forward is what was always considered kind of the runt of the litter, the least consequential of the four. But it is still a historic case, the first prosecution of the former president of the United States. And Jake, it might be the only one.
Jim, how unusual is a delay like this?
So in cases where you have classified information, it's not all that unusual, because the defense has a right to ask to use certain classified information in cases like this to defend itself. And then the judge has to evaluate whether, and do a balancing test as to whether it's going to allow that classified information to be used as part of the trial. Because remember, it becomes public once it becomes part of the trial. So the judge needs to weigh those considerations. And I'm sure that Trump's legal team, as part of the strategy, put forward a number of things that they needed in order to defend itself that involve classified information, and therefore she needs to hold hearings on that. So I'm not surprised, and I kind of said way back when that I thought that would be the one thing that would delay this case, or the hearings on the classified information. That's how it turned out.
And Paula, Judge Cannon cited